In this quiz, you'll see 3 statements related to history and civilizations. 2 are true, and 1 is a lie. Can you spot the lie before the timer runs out? Let's begin. Let's start with the easy level. Here's the first one. Can you spot the lie? Option A is the lie. The Western Roman Empire fell in 476 AD, not 376. The year 376 marks the arrival of the Visigoths at the Danube, which contributed to instability, but the empire itself lasted another century before its final collapse. Ancient Egypt is on the table. One fact is wrong. Option C is the lie. Archaeological evidence, including workers' villages, medical records, and pay records, shows the pyramids were built by paid and fed laborers, many of whom were skilled workers. The slave narrative was popularized by ancient Greek historians, but has been disproven. One explorer's nationality has been changed here. Option B is the lie. Columbus was born in Genoa, in present-day Italy, making him Italian by origin. He did sail under Spanish patronage and the Spanish flag, which likely causes the confusion, but he was not Spanish by birth. If you're enjoying this quiz, help us reach 500 subscribers by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon. A pharaoh claim has been exaggerated here. Spot it. Option A is the lie. Cleopatra was not the only female pharaoh. Hatshepsut ruled Egypt as pharaoh for over 20 years in the 15th century BC, one of the most successful reigns in Egyptian history. Several other women also held pharaonic power at various points. A date has been quietly shifted. Find the lie. Option C is the lie. The Great Fire of London occurred in 1666, not 1767. It began in a bakery on Pudding Lane and burned for 4 days, destroying much of the medieval city but killing very few people. The wall's construction date has been moved here. Option B is the lie. The Berlin Wall was built in 1961, not 1935. It was erected by East Germany overnight on August 13, 1961, to stop the mass emigration of East Germans to the West through Berlin. The ancient Olympics, one of these facts is wrong. Option A is the lie. The first recorded ancient Olympic Games were held in 776 BC, not 400 BC. The Games were held every 4 years at Olympia in honor of Zeus and continued for over 1,000 years before being abolished by the Roman Emperor Theodosius III. Last easy one. A revolution's start date has been changed. Option C is the lie. The French Revolution began in 1789, not 1802. The storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789, is its defining moment. By 1802, Napoleon had already consolidated power, and the revolutionary period was effectively over. Now entering medium difficulty. These are a little trickier. Getting trickier, Genghis Khan's identity is at stake here. Option B is the lie. Genghis Khan was born Temujin. The title Genghis Khan, meaning roughly universal ruler, was granted to him in 1206 when the Mongol tribes united under his leadership. It was an earned title, not his birth name. Caesar's title has been upgraded here. Find the lie. Option A is the lie. Caesar was never emperor. He held the title of dictator perpetuo. The first Roman emperor was Augustus, Caesar's adopted son who came to power after Caesar's assassination. The distinction between dictator and emperor is significant. Amazing! You have passed 40% of the quiz. You're doing incredible and your persistence is commendable. The pharaoh's reign length has been dramatically inflated here. Option C is the lie. Tutankhamun became pharaoh at around age 8 or 9 and died at approximately 18 or 19, ruling for only around 9 to 10 years. He is famous not for his reign, but for the remarkable preservation of his tomb, discovered by Howard Carter in 1922. Joan of Arc's nationality has been swapped here. Option B is the lie. Joan of Arc was French, born in Domremy in northeastern France. She led French forces against the English and was captured, sold to the English and burned at the stake in 1431. She's one of France's most celebrated national heroes. Choice location has been moved to the wrong country here. Option A is the lie. Troy was discovered in modern-day Turkey, at a site called Hisarlik near the Aegean coast. Schliemann excavated there in the 1870s. Greece and Troy are historically linked through the Trojan War, but the city itself was on Anatolian soil. Napoleon's first exile destination has been changed here. Option C is the lie. Napoleon was exiled to Elba, not Corsica, after his first abdication in 1814. He escaped and returned to power in 1815 for the 100 days before his final defeat at Waterloo. He was then exiled to St. Helena, where he died in 1821. A claim about the Maya has been made far too absolute here. Option B is the lie. The Maya were very much alive when the Spanish arrived. While the major classic Maya cities declined around 900 AD, millions of Maya people continued to live and thrive in Mesoamerica. Spanish conquistadors encountered and fought Mayan populations throughout the 16th century. A samurai's homeland has been changed. Spotted. Option A is the lie. Samurai were the warrior class of feudal Japan, not China. Shoguns were also Japanese military rulers. China had its own warrior traditions and military classes, but the samurai and shogunate system was entirely Japanese. Democracy's birthplace has been switched here. Option C is the lie. The world's first democracy was established in Athens, Greece, not Rome. Athenian democracy, introduced around 507 BC under Cleisthenes, allowed citizens to vote directly on laws. Rome's republic was a representative oligarchy, not a direct democracy. Mesopotamia's rivers have been replaced here. Find the lie. Option B is the lie. Mesopotamia developed between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, not the Nile. These rivers run through modern-day Iraq and Syria. The Nile was the lifeblood of Egypt, while Mesopotamia, meaning land between the rivers, was shaped by an entirely different river system. Incredible. You've unlocked expert mode. You've come this far. Finish strong. Hard zone now. A treaty's year has been shifted. Option A is the lie. The Treaty of Versailles was signed in 1919, not 1918. The armistice-ending active fighting was signed in November 1918, but the formal peace treaty came 6 months later on June 28, 1919 at the Palace of Versailles. The Trojan War's length has been quietly shortened here. Option C is the lie. According to Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, the Trojan War lasted 10 years, not 5. The Greeks besieged Troy for a decade before the wooden horse stratagem finally brought the city down. Incredible, 80% complete. You're in the top 20% of all viewers. The finish line is in sight. The Aztec and Inca conquests, one timeline claim is wrong. Option B is the lie. The Aztec Empire fell to Hernan Cortés in 1521. The Inca Empire's conquest began with Francisco Pizarro in 1532, over a decade later. They were not conquered within the same decade. Alexander the Great's reach has been dramatically exaggerated here. Option A is the lie. Alexander reached the Punjab region of modern-day India, not Japan. Japan was entirely unknown to the ancient Greeks. His troops mutinied at the Hiphasis River in 326 BC, forcing him to turn back. He died in Babylon in 323 BC, aged 32. The Declaration of Independence. One ceremonial detail is wrong. Option C is the lie. Most of the 56 delegates signed on August 2nd in 1776, not July 4th. July 4th is the date Congress adopted the text. The signing was a separate, later event, and some delegates signed even later than August. Herculaneum's fate has been quietly changed here. Option B is the lie. The statement has the cities reversed. It was Pompeii that was buried under volcanic ash and pumice, and Herculaneum that was engulfed by fast-moving pyroclastic flows and volcanic mud, a different and even more destructive process. Last one, and it's the trickiest yet. Make it count. Option A is the lie. The Byzantine Empire fell in 1453, but it did not last exactly 1,000 years. Founded when Constantine moved the capital to Constantinople in 330 AD, it lasted approximately 1,123 years. The exactly 1,000 years figure is a popular simplification with no historical basis. Congratulations! You've completed the challenge. How many did you get right? Drop your score in the comments below and hit the like and subscribe buttons to show your support. Pick your next challenge and make sure to share and subscribe. See you in the next one.